These logistical things I'm thankful for pale in comparison to how grateful I am for your genuine care and compassion.
My name is Crystalee Beck. I founded Comma Copywriters. I was laid off. I told myself, I don't know how I'm gonna make money, but I'm gonna do something that lets me be there for my kids. I decided to start a marketing company, and over the years, our team has expanded. Now we have 27 writers. It's so important to me to work with working moms because they're so efficient. I mean, when you have a little person who needs you, you get to it and you get it done. I haven't forgotten that life first promise to my baby, and I'm able to create that type of work for my team.
Hey, she doesn't know we're filming this, right? I hope this letter makes Crystalee feel the immense impact she's had on my life.
I hope she feels appreciated. I hope she feels respected, and I hope she feels just how much I am cheering her on.
She really supports and lifts up others. I really want to do the same for her.
Are you really nervous?
A little bit. Oh my gosh.
Dear Crystalee, you know I no longer consider myself a writer, so I hope I'm able to adequately express my appreciation for Comma and for you. I enjoyed a fulfilling career until 2007 when my first child, Sawyer, was born. At that time, I left the workforce. As enriching and enjoyable as being a stay-at-home mother is, it was really hard to lose the piece of my identity that came from using my skills outside of motherhood. I was in this empty house with these two tiny little boys that were under 2 years old, both of them, and they're crying and I was crying too.
I unexpectedly went into early labor and my son was born at only 24 weeks gestation. I remember there was one day that I was in a meeting and someone asked me, how's your son doing? And I was like, actually, he's getting a heart surgery right now. There was a life-threatening problem every other day. And I felt like if I communicated that with my team, that it'd be seen as Camille can't do this job. After a 5-month stay at the hospital, it was finally time to bring him home. The company had unlimited flexible PTO, and as a new mom, I requested a month off to care for this life adjustment. My manager approved 2 weeks, but I assumed that was what it was, to work and to have a career as a mom. I did have this moment where I felt like a bad mom because I felt like I was choosing work instead of him.
6 weeks after I gave birth to my first child, I was faced with what felt like an impossible decision. The company that I'd been working for all of a sudden said, hey, we want you to start being in the office 40 hours a week. And I was shocked. The sudden change of the status quo came with no pay increase to offset childcare costs, and no reason for why I all of a sudden couldn't do the job I had been doing perfectly well from home remotely anymore. I instead now felt like I was just another cog in the machine, and that people were just seeing me as a work output and not as an individual. I remember sobbing and just saying, how can I leave her? How can I leave this little baby who I am desperately in love with? I love my job, but I love my baby more. So I gave my notice.
When I found myself needing to return to work in 2014, it seemed the marketing and copywriting world had left me behind. I had paid a motherhood penalty, something you have helped many mothers avoid at Comma. I didn't know how I would find something that would work with my life and that I was also qualified to do. But like a miracle and an answer to a prayer, the opportunity to work for you fell into my lap. Now I feel really proud to be able to support myself and support my children.
At Comma, my motherhood isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. I did not feel like anybody was ever gonna make me choose between my kids, being a mom, or my job. right? Kama gave me a lifeline in the scariest moment of my life and showed me that there was a different way to have what I wanted.
When I got pregnant with my 4th child, I felt no need to hide my pregnancy at Kama.
Thank you for setting up a workplace that allows me to be a present mother. You've given me just as much support for the end of my childbearing years as you give our team members who are in the midst of theirs.
Thank you, Crystalee, for leading by example and running your company as a model for how to run a business that allows mothers to be their best professional selves.
And thank you for proving to the world that if you want something done well, done efficiently, and done with care, there's no one better to do that than a mom.
Wow. That is so sweet and tender. Wow. Oh my gosh. I really appreciate the reminder that I am doing some things right. I feel so touched, and I really do have such an amazing team. Thank you. We can bring life to the world and we can be kick-ass employees at the same time. I think if every leader could see their team not just for the revenue that they're bringing in, not just for how they're helping them with their business, but see them as humans, that's so much bigger than making money.